Alright guys, alright, how you doing? It's been a long time since I've been keeping touch here, but on the previous series we were making a login logo system like you are here, you are seeing here right now. But what I plan to do, I want to show you guys that how the real world websites are developed, how sites that you are looking for, sites which are fancy or something, how they are done. I want to show you guys. For these 2 or 3 tutorials, what we are going to do, we're going to learn how to fetch user data back to the browser. Okay, so what I have planned to do for these tutorials, for instance, if you go to Yahoo Mail or some other Gmail or something like that, at the right corner there is something which says hi, then username. For instance, if I am Tensei there, it will say hi Tensei or something like that. If the username is Mamae, for instance, it will say hi Mamae or something like that. Okay, so that is the thing that I want to show you on these tutorials. So how you are going to create such kind of things, I'm gonna follow all of the files and the directory structure that I was using for the past tutorials. So what I will do, here this is the initialize page, and I'm gonna create a function which is called logged in, for instance. Okay, function which is called logged in, that will verify that whether the user is logged in or not. So the mechanism that I will check whether the user is logged in or not is by checking the session. Okay, if you remember on the previous class we have start a session and we have set the session here, I guess the user ID. Okay, so I will make sure that whether that thing is set or not. So what I will do, I will use the isSet function and I will make sure that the user ID session is set or not. Okay, then if this thing is true, I want to return true here, but if it's false, I want to return false. So I'm gonna make a return statement here. Oh, sorry, return statement here. So it will make sure whether this thing is set or not. Okay, so I will come to this initialized folder here and I will check if logged in. If this thing is true, I want to fetch the user data. Okay, if it's not logged in, it will be a big security issue displaying someone username without being logged in. So this condition will protect me from doing that thing. Okay, so it will make sure. Then what I was planning to do, I will make a function which is called user data. Okay, that will show, or that will return the user's data there. Okay, so before I define this function, let me get back to here and make a variable which is called user data that will fetch the return type which was made by the user data here. Okay, and because sessions are variables that you can entirely access through your website, you just came here and find your session here that will be set, which will be the user ID here, in my case user ID. Okay, then I'm gonna get the session by using the session here and by typing a user ID. Okay, so I'm gonna pass this thing here. Okay, so for this function as an argument, I'm gonna make a function that will accept so many arguments, and I'm gonna miniaturize or expand the arguments according to my needs. Okay, for instance, for my case here, I want to get the username because I want to say user hi hello Tensei or something like that. I may use the password because we are going to do a lot of things. For instance, if the user forgets his password, I want to make a link to just to make him remember. I may need the email for the online email activation system, or I may need for instance the first name, because greeting a person, you're going to greet a person using the first name in Ethiopia here, so you're gonna need the last name. So I need around 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the username, user password, email, I guess that is that we need so far. Or I can come here and check my database here, user ID, first name, last name. Yeah, Okay, that is what we need. I may need the user ID here. By the way, there is a difference of passing the user ID here, because I'm gonna check from the database here, but for now let me use this part also. So what I will do for a user data part, I'm gonna give it as an argument of the user ID here, the user ID. Okay, then I'm gonna cast this variable into an integer to protect myself from SQL injection. Okay, so the new user ID is gonna be casted as an integer. Okay, and I'm gonna pass the user ID here. Okay, then what I will do, I will use some function which is called number of arguments. Okay, there is also a function for this variable which is called func number of args. Okay, let me put s here. Actually, since it's a variable, that's no need, but it will show me how many arguments that have been sent to this function. This function will return. For instance, as you have seen, only this function is taking one argument, but in here I'm giving it around 7 arguments here. Okay, so if I came here and echo the number of arguments here, what it will do, just look. Okay, in line 4 I got a mistake. Okay, yeah, the reason is I have to use colon here rather than just double question marks here. So I'm gonna refresh. Look, I have passed 6 here. Okay, even this function is taking only 1 argument here, but it can be maximized or miniaturized according to my need. For instance, if I don't want this part, the last name for instance, it will be reduced to 5. Look, here it comes 5. Okay, so on the next tutorial we're gonna expand things a little bit more, and I'm gonna show you how to echo out the data to the user. Stay tuned guys, keep on watching, keep on subscribing. Love programming, peace and love.